Today our presenter is Shreya. She is discussing about the topic on longevity risk, its financial impact on pensions. Shreya is a data analyst intern at Renix Life Sciences. She is currently focused on gathering information about processes, research interest, and related data. Additionally, she works on various projects that involve collecting diverse information. Shreya is pursuing BBA from DA Agra and has previously worked as an operation trainee at Brainology startup. Their main responsibility included working with e-commerce portals. At Renix Life Sciences, Shreya enhanced her experience in gathering data and also developed skills in time management. Without further delay, I would like to invite Shreya to take over the session.
So thanks, Arya, for the introduction. So today's title of the CellTalk presentation is Longevity Risk and its Financial Impact on Pensions. Its original author is Nana Koko. It comes under the topic longevity. It was selected from the Scientific African Journal with the impact factor of 2.9. It was published in the year 2022. So basically, this research has impact on three factors: longevity, financial management, and strategies related to pension plans. Coming to introduction part. So most of the countries have witnessed a significant increase in mortality rates during the 20th century. Like basically the main reason behind decrease in mortality rates is medical advances and which can lead to longevity risk. So it also impacts on healthcare, like healthcare people, hospital people have to increase their resources, pension plans. Government has to adapt the strategies and have to pay out benefits for a longer period of time. And the insurance industry, they have to pay out policies for a longer period of time and have to adjust and reassess the policies so they can pay out the policy holders for a longer period of time. Longevity risk in investment. The longevity risk is like people will live longer, have a higher life expectancy, and in investment, it impacts on financial plans. It has an indirect relationship with mortality. As the mortality declines, longevity risk increases, impacting more reduced investment return on investments. So this study has two contrasting views on life expectancy. One tells that life expectancy is unlimited, but the other tells that it can increase, but only minimal increase will be there due to medical advancements. And global life expectancy growth challenges social security systems, due to which they have to, like government have to increase fund reserves for the growing elderly people. And decline in mortality contributes to a growing elderly population, which add cost for insurers and annuity providers. Insurers are those who provide insurance, and annuity providers, it is also like an insurance only, but they pay out the amount after the end of the contract period. Present challenges. The traditional deterministic method of quantifying mortality was able to provide point estimates, but it often underestimated improvements in mortality, was not able to provide accurate data. The Lee-Carter model is a random approach which is used for mortality estimation and forecasting. However, there are still uncertainties which surround mortality trends, impacting financial stability for insurers, pension plans, and the government. As the fund plan managers, they all rely on accurate data only, but they can't wholly depend on that data as they are uncertainties. Objective of the research. The study aims to assess the financial impact of longevity risk on defined benefit pension plans, liabilities in Ghana. In this 2010 population census and the Lee-Carter model was used. The research compares the standard model to an extended version. Methodology. Ghana's 2010 census data was served as a base for estimating population in subsequent years. The Lee-Carter model with singular value decomposition, SVD, is basically dividing matrices into different parts. In this research, it was divided into three different parts. It is employed for mortality estimation. Mortality time trend index is forecasted using a random walk, and a liability-driven investment strategy is proposed for fund managers. LDS strategy is a strategy in which fund plan manager has to pay in those assets which can meet the current and future obligation. So they can pay the growing elderly people for a longer period of time. Also, with the Lee-Cartle model parameters for studying all related mortality trends, various types of advanced mathematics techniques were used, like exact solutions and SVD, which assess the model's accuracy in predicting mortality rate changes, and conducted linear regression on the N/2 formula to assess financial impact. Here is the formula. Here, L is the liability to pay, P is the number of policy holders, B is the benefit to pay, and R is the interest rate, N is the number of future payouts. These were the estimated parameters which were used to track the data. Here are the results. By this graph, we can see that average mortality rates stay steady in younger age groups. They start fluctuating from the teenage, which is 15 to 18, 19 years onward, and restart peak at 18 to 44 years, and started declining after 84 years, 90 to 94 years. This graph shows how fast the mortality changes. Mortality changes vary across age groups. They start stable and peak around ages 50 to 44 years to 75 to 79 years. Then it declines faster in older ages. This is the mortality time index. It tells that there is a consistent straight linear decline, which indicates the life expectancy has improved over the past decade in man. It is a straight line because the assumptions were made that there will be constant growth of mortality rate and there will be constant growth rates. And also another reason was that there was a use of SVD. So results show that there is a significant decrease in mortality rates in Ghana. And Lee-Cartle model and its qualitative extension fit the data well. And however, the introduction of needed exposure parameter, which is a tool that claims that longevity risk do affect the financial plans. When it was introduced, it increased the error sum of squares. But squaring the parameter in the quadratic model, it reduced the error, explaining 99.767% of the variability. So the fund plan managers can't wholly rely on the data on that estimates. There are also some factors which impact mortality rates, like if the person have the access to healthcare, and if the person don't do alcohol consumption or don't have smoking habits, and if the person belongs to higher income group and lives in non-pollution environment, so it significantly impact mortality rates. So future research should explore how these factors interact with mortality, which outcomes to inform better risk management strategies. So effective communication and education programs should be given to pension scheme participants so that they should understand what exactly the longevity risk and how the return on the investment can impact the retirement benefits. So longevity risk do increase the cost of liabilities for defined pension plans due to longer payout periods, resulting from unexpected improvements in mortality and life expectancy. Conclusion. This study concludes that Ghana's life expectancy has increased, indicating the presence of longevity risk. So many schemes face significant impacts on liability due to longevity risk. The proposed qualitative model with the needed exposure parameter proves valuable for insurance and pension planning. Also, impact of the research, there was an important role of LDS strategy, like fund plan managers should adopt this strategy, and also they should assess regularly and adapt their strategy so that they can manage longevity risk effectively and pay the growing elderly population for a longer period of time. Thanks. You can find me at Shreya@clinics.org.
I don't see any questions in the chat box. I hope there is no questions. Thank you, Shreya, for your detailed explanation. Thank you all. Shreya, can you share the last? Our next presenter is Nupur, and her research topic is organ aging signatures in the plasma protein track health and disease. Thank you all.